It's melt season at Burger King.
Melt away the winter with BK's Cheesy Melt. Get classic, bacon, or shrimp and Swiss for only $4.99.
BK, have it your way.
Get with 2 Opportunity patties. Limited time to participate in U.S. Burger King restaurants. Price may vary.
Don't you love it when things are both easier and more affordable? Like when the rain washes your car for you. Or like when you save up to 10% by bundling your renters and auto insurance with USAA. Bundle with USAA and start saving. Get a quote today.
Right, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and welcome to Bradford City Chickens on the Loose. And this is AFC Wimbledon versus Bradford City live. And before we get this party started, just a bit of housekeeping. So I have currently left the TalkSport network, and I have now joined the Sports Social Podcast Network, where hopefully the podcast will get a bit more eyeballs onto the product. So I want to say thank you for James at the TalkSport Fan Network, and now moved over to the Sports Social Podcast Network. For people who probably listen to the podcast, you'll probably notice a couple of ads randomly pop up. You'll hear an ad at the beginning and the ad at the end, and probably in the middle somewhere. But in today's podcast, then, obviously, we'll be talking about the post-match Morecambe game, the pre-match AFC Wimbledon, the latest transfer news / basically latest news. We'll have the weather forecast for the AFC Wimbledon game. If you want to chat about, shout about, vent about anything, and also what's on your plate. And today, and hopefully we do not have any technical difficulties on our Sports Social podcasting service, I'm joined by Lee.
Good evening.
Good evening, Lee. Are you well, my friend?
I'm as well as can be expected.
So, Lee, should we get this ball rolling, shall we? So what was your thoughts on the Morecambe game?
Went where I thought I'd go, to be honest. I were hoping for more goals. Could have probably had more goals. Adams, in his usual head in the clouds, thought we were there for the taking. Didn't manage it, did he? 1-0, 3 points Bradford City. Move on. Good game, and just needed a few more goals, I thought. We were just a bit lightweight, I thought. I don't know why Patterson were on the bench and rested. I can understand it, but why change a winning formula? I think if he'd have been on front start, it might well have been 2 or 3-0. But I'll take 1-0. I'll take 1-0. I'll take 3 points. I don't mind.
Yeah, I'm just glad we played well-ish, and we got obviously the win, so I'm proper buzzing about that. I thought the game was just a little bit boring, but it ended up being a 1-0 for Bradford, so it was a Brucey bonus. It's
they did look a bit tired, didn't they, after Walsall, yeah. I think. Put a lot into that Walsall game.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Lee. It's just a shame. It looked like they're tired and stuff like that. And Cav obviously scored the goal. Proper buzzing. We're up to third. Left Valley Parade buzzing. But then obviously Doncaster bet Barrow the other day 3-1. And there was some shocking defending for Barrow there. But heyo, we're back fourth. And then we move on to Wimbledon. So you got anything else you want to talk about the Morecambe game, Lee?
No, just let's move on and bring on a bigger game, in my opinion. Wimbledon, that's going to be tough. Okay,
and moving now over to the AFC Wimbledon versus Bradford City. And for people who are new to the podcast, this is basically we just go through basically the Wimbledon game and we go through stats and stuff like that. So if any AFC Wimbledon fan is listening, if you want to come over on, if you listen on TikTok, YouTube and stuff like that, please head over to Chickens on the Loose on Twitter And if you want to come and join, and we'll get you on the show. So, AFC Wimbledon versus Bradford City, and it's live from the Cherry Red Record Stadium at 3:00. This game is not on Sky Sports Plus, so you'll have to listen to it on the radio or find other means to watch it. The referee is Simon Mather, if I'm pronouncing that name correctly. And Mr. Mather has had 11 appearances in League One, where he has dished out 38 yellow cards, 2 second yellows, equaling a red, and then he's given him 1 red and then 6 penalties. In League 2, he's had 10 appearances, 37 yellow cards, 1 second yellow, 1 red, 2 penalties. FA Cup, 2 appearances, 6 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, 1 penalty. National League, he's had 1 appearance, 6 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, no penalties. In the EFL Cup, he's had 1 appearance, 2 yellow cards, 1 second yellow, 0 reds, and 0 penalties. Altogether, he's had 25 appearances, 89 yellow cards, 4 second yellows, 2 reds, and 9 penalties. So I have a funny feeling it might be a penalty tomorrow. And then before we go over to the Simon Parker article, just a couple of top scorers for you. So for Bradford City, it's Lord Andrew Cook, and he's had 12 goals, no assists, 22 matches played. And for AFC Wimbledon, it's Stevens with 13 goals, 2 assists, and he's played 26 games. A bit of an insight, AFC Wimbledon have scored 6 goals in their last 5 matches, have kept the most clean sheets in competitions, 12, ranked 3rd at home this season, and Bradford have scored 11 goals in their last 5 matches. Bradford City haven't lost to AFC Wimbledon in their last 7 meetings, won 2, drawn 5, and Bradford are ranked 2 at home this season. So then just going over a bit more stats. So Bradford City, last couple of games, we've beaten 3-1 Grimsby, we've beaten Bradford City Academy 3-1, we've beaten our arch rivals Carlisle 1-0, Bradford, Walsall 3-0 and Morecambe 1-0, where AFC Wimbledon have beaten Gillingham 1-0, won against Newport 2-1, beaten Tranmere, drawn against the arch rivals MK Dons, and 1-1 against Crewe Alexander. And so in the games, last couple of games, AFC Wimbledon have won this game 5 times. They've drawn 5 times against Bradford, and Bradford have won 6 times. Just quickly see if anyone else has joined. Nope. So Wimbledon versus Bradford, line-up, referee, and betting. This is from Simon Parker at the TNA. So it's at Plough Lane. Possible lineups, and I do apologise if I'm butchering people's names on here. I can never say names properly. So in goal, they've got the predicted lineup is Goodman, Lewis, Hunchin, Johnson, Nevilla, Smith, Jake Reeves, former Bradford City player, Furlong, Matty Smith, who's played for Forest Green, Josh Kelly, and Omo Bugle. Substitutes Sassy, Tilly, Braun, I can't even pronounce that. I'll just call him Og. Hippolyte, Piglet, and Ward. So obviously leading top goal scorers, Matty Stevens, 17. League position is 6th. Gone through the games. New striker for AFC Wimbledon, Osman Bolo, could be involved after signing from Ipswich on Thursday. Bradford City's possible starting lineup is Walker, Baldwin, Shepherd, Kelly, Halliday, Smallwood, Patterson, Richards, Savak, Lapsley, and Cav. With substitutes Poynton, Lee, Mellon, Wright, Keller, Johnson, and Doyle. Leading top goal scorers, Andrew Cook with 15. Obviously, league positions 4th at the stand. Team news, Alex Patterson and Lewis Richards are expected to start, and Graham Alexander might freshen things up further. Could he give Bobby Poynton a breather for away from home? The referee, Sarah Mather from Manchester, has officiated both City's games against Forest Green last season. And for people who bet, the match odds are Wimbledon 13-10, City 23-10, and the draw is 11-5. Last time these sides met, the sides fought out a 3rd goalless draw in their last 4 match-up in September at Valley Parade. So while I get my teeth back in, Lee, what's your thoughts on that, bud?
I just think it's going to be tough, like I mentioned. Wimbledon are not an easy team to play against. You know, the crazy gang of old, not there, but it's still a tough game. AFC Wimbledon, same, aren't they? You know, there's just something about Wimbledon. They're just tough to play against, usually big lads. I remember when they first came into the league, it was like playing land at Giants. So I just think I'm expecting a tough game. I think it's another game I'm going to say, if you're asking me for a predicted score, 1-0 will do. I just want 3 points. We need to keep this run going, and I don't care what name's in the opposition's team, but, you know, we need 3 points. End of. And I'm wondering where everybody is tonight.
Put it out on the group, so see if people materialise.
Well, Ben's just coming.
Yeah, Ben, if you want to join, send a request in, because it looks like there's only me and Lee tonight. I know there's a few people watching.
Yeah.
So also people on TikTok, Twitch, other social sites, please get your score predictions in as well. Because we need to make this podcast last probably more about 30 minutes-ish. As it stands, it's about a 10-minute podcast. So get your score predictions in, guys and girls, if you can. So what you said, put the tea back in. What score do you think you said you're going to be tomorrow then, Lee?
Well, I'll take a 1-0 all day long against Wimbledon. Last game, I remember it well, 0-0. It wasn't the most exciting game. We pretty much cancelled each other out. Jake Reeves is always going to be interesting to play against, because he spent more time in our sick bay than he did on pitch, as everybody will remember. I wish him well, but not tomorrow.
So I think the score will probably be about, I'm going to say 2-0 City tomorrow. I'm going to push the boat out. Probably say Cav, and I would probably say Kelly, who'll probably get a goal, hopefully.
Well,
so would you stick with the same team, Lee?
I would stick with the same team that started against Walsall. That's what I would stick with. I would have Tommy Lee on the bench, ready to come on. He's still learning how we play, innit? It were very apparent when he started against Morecambe that it's not quite up to speed with the way everybody runs and their angles. So, and I noticed a few times a few passes went astray because he was trying to put through, like Patterson to get on things. Tommy Lee don't get on things that way. He's a different player. Same position, but a different way of doing it. And he's a little bit behind on what we do tactically. And we've been doing that really well. And against a team like Wimbledon, we need our best 11 starting. And then we take it from there. I can see it being more than 1-0 if Patterson starts. But
so
if he's going to have Tommy Lee, then nah, 1-0 will do me.
So the team who played Morecambe was Walker, Baldwin, Shepherd, Kelly, Wright, Smallwood, Sav, Halliday, Poynton, Cav and Lee, with Lewis Richardson, Patterson, Callum Johnson, Doyle, Keller, Lapsley and Mellon all on the bench.
I'd probably switch Wright for Richards. Richards has done more than enough to keep his spot. That's probably the only change I'd look at making from that Walsall team.
Yeah. So with that, I think I agree with you on that. I would personally bring on Mellon, give Mellon a game. I think he deserves a start and deserves something, because I know he's, where did we get him from? Barnsley on loan. Not Barnsley? Where did we get him from?
Burnley, wasn't it?
Got him from Burnley.
Yeah, Burnley.
From other side down. Right, yeah. So I would probably get rid of Lee and then put in Mellon. Put Mellon up front instead of Lee, because I think he should be alright from the bench. Poynton, Cav keep, Wright, Smallwood, Sav, Halliday. I'll keep that, but I would just change Lee for Mellon. And hopefully he would get a goal on his debut because I want to see him play. And it's frustrating, obviously, seeing him on the bench.
Well, Mellon's an out-and-out striker, and he ain't a midfielder that can play up front. He's just a striker, that's what he is. And that's what we need.
Yeah. I think what else? Got anything else you want to talk about the AFC Wimbledon, Colin? Lee?
Well, if you like you said, just to extend that a little bit, if we had Mellon and Kavanagh up front, that midfield is more than strong enough to supply them both. And with Patterson coming through from midfield, he's like an extra striker anyway, isn't he? So, he goes on those runs and they're unstoppable. He went... That one against Walsall, we're like, where on earth did that come from? But he's done others this season so far, and it's like, wow, what a player we've got in Patterson. We've got people that can hurt teams, and we should, in a game against a team like Wimbledon, we need to use them. Hey, all right, just fall over.
Just doing the balancing act on my microphone every time I'm moving my ass. Falls over.
We thought about him a stand. Just saying.
Yeah, I need to stand up, really.
Yeah. Invaluable things.
So anything else, Lee, about the AFC Wimbledon game?
Just want 3 points. Come on, City. Get in there. Do you know one thing? When they brought Kamara out, in my mind, I wanted the cop to start singing There's Only One Chris Kamara. Walking in the city wonderland. Do you remember the chant before we went to Wembley? That'd have been awesome. What a welcome back for Kamara that would have been.
When did you get to Wembley, Lee?
Oh, God. You're asking me dates now.
When Chris Kamara were there?
Yeah.
99?
He took over from Lenny Lawrence. Yeah.
What year was that?
I can't honestly remember off the top of my head, mate.
Were it before 90s or after 90s?
Do you know, I can't honestly remember. I remember my car breaking down going, clutch went, managed to limp to Wembley, and then we stayed at a friend's house down in London, and then came back following day, and I barely made it to Grantham and needed a tow from there, so... So is it manage your career? Or when he played for the Bradford? No, he played, and then he took over when Richmond came in and got rid of Lenny Lawrence. He brought Lenny Lawrence in and then got rid of him, and Kamara took over.
So according to Wikipedia, he was there at 1995 to 1998 as a manager
at Bradford.
And then he went to Stoke in 98. So in 1995, I was 5-year-old, so I can't remember that.
Oh, I can. A day that will live long. The M1 was claret and amber from Bradford to London. Still got this blooming cough.
And hopefully Lee will probably get there in the Mickey Mouse Trophy to Wembley, because we need a Wembley day. And this season we're going to go up top 3 this season.
It's our favourite away ground, isn't it, Wembley? Used to be.
Second dome.
Yeah.
So, before I get to the weather, please, TikTok and stuff like that, get your score predictions in. We've had Grace who thinks it's going to be 2-0 Bradford. So the weather forecast tomorrow is going to be cloudy. And it's going to hit the dizzy heights of 7 degrees. So you need to take your big coats with you. The sun rises at 7:39 a.m. and will set at 4:51 p.m. So take your big coats, guys and girls, because you need it to go down to London, and also mortgage your house off because prices down there are absolutely extortionate. Yep, so get your score predictions in, everybody, and questions for me or Lee. And if anyone wants to join, head over to Chickens on the Loose podcast on YouTube, Facebook and stuff like that. But if you want to come and join and chat to me and Lee, get you sent on X. Steve Monday, I'll take a point tomorrow. It's going to be a tough game. Absolutely 100% agree with you there, Steve. And my voice is starting to go. So that's a great start. Right. I
think I'd take a point and all at this stage, but I really feel we can beat them 1-0. 1-0, I think. I don't think there'll be many goals.
Completely.
I don't think there'll be many goals in it. I just hope we get more than they do.
So there's not really any there's not any really latest news out. Just Lee's delighted City's fresh start after Don's disappointment.
If you're a facilities manager at a university, you know students rely on the cafeteria for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the occasional late-night snack. So when a dishwasher breaks down and dirty plates pile up, the mess hall can turn messy in the blink of an eye. Enter Grainger. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast delivery, the product you need now is never far away. So you can turn that dishwasher back into a lean, clean washing machine. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Bantam's boss Cook absent has Stone light on our team. And then City clean up their act before facing division's meanest defence. Right. So, Lee, do you want to shout about, or vent about anything?
Anybody listen to Graham Alexander's podcast today? You know, his usual sort of pre-match thing. It was interesting what he said about signings, transfer window, particularly players that could, or a lot of us probably think should, be moved on. No interest in any of them, apparently, from any club. He's saying, is he playing his cards close to his chest? Or is people genuinely not interested in some of the players? You've got players like Jamie Walker that can't even get in matchday squad at the moment. I don't know anybody that doesn't dream about having Jamie Walker in the team in this division. He's gone from being first on team sheet to, well, I don't know. Don't know what's happened there. Interesting times, aren't we? We've got a week left, is it, of the window?
Yeah, it closes on Monday, Lee.
Closes on Monday. We haven't even got a week. So
3 days, whatever it is, today,
yeah.
or 4 days from today.
So we've got that left of this window, and then he's happy with the squad numbers as they are, the personnel in it. Nobody's helping to be moved on. It
So
must
with the
be a
transfer
heck of
window
a happy
closing, Lee,
camp. Yeah.
with the transfer closing on Monday, who do you think, who do you want to basically to leave the club on Monday?
I'm happy for them to stay as they are, if I'm honest. One I thought that would have gone would have been someone like Vidane Oliver. And anybody else, if we can keep them. Stubbs will probably make his, if he hadn't already, Cheltenham permanent, I would think, at some point. So that might happen in the next couple of days. Who else is out on loan at the moment? Ebenson, isn't he? I think he'll come back. He's too valuable. We need to keep him. He's talent for the future, isn't he? And we're going to need that, especially in First Division. Although if we go up to First Division, that could be another story, because obviously squad will be revamped for First Division. Not speaking too early, but you know, we've got options in that team at the moment that makes us a very strong team. We could go up to first and consolidate. I don't like that word. I hate it. I think we should look for piggybacking promotions.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I'm positive Bradford City's on its way back now.
Yeah. So, TikTok, other social sites, I know Grace has put her score predictions in. If you want to get your score predictions in, Also, Grace also thinks Cavan Pato's going to score tomorrow. Also, get your score predictions in for the game. And also, if you want to ask me or Lee anything, we're going to be here for another probably 15, 20 minutes. So if you can get your questions in for me or Lee, and just basically just ask us anything really, and we'll try to get your questions answered. So I hope Vadim Oliver does leave. I think Stubbs possibly is disappearing, like you said there, Lee, contract getting terminated. But there's a rumour also, I think, from the lower league look on Twitter/X, where I think a goalkeeper possibly may be coming in before Monday. I'm not expecting a lot of activity, but like obviously if Vadim Oliver goes, a couple of us out at door, free up a couple of wages. But I've also seen, I know it's not in our league anymore, but Wrexham have been splashing the cash. And it looks like two of their strikers have come available. I think Mullins and Palmer may be going out because they've just brought in, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, I've just seen it, but they've just brought in a striker anyway. And they've been very busy in the space of 10, 20 minutes. So Lee, would you take Palmer or Mullin?
I think if I had to pick between them, I think from memory I'd look at Mullin for sure. He was effective against us. Can't remember if he scored or not, but he certainly caused us loads of problems. Mobile, quick, had an eye for a pass and an assist as well. Yeah, I would look at Mullin for sure.
Just trying to get it.
Can't remember Palmer that well.
See who they've bought in, because it's been pestering me for the last 5 minutes, this. So Wrexham have bought in J. Rodriguez. They've brought him in.
Okay.
And then they brought a guy called Smith in.
Not one I know.
Yeah, so obviously it's basically they've got strikers now available for possibly for free. So I'm hoping we'd do a cheeky bid. I would love to do a cheeky bid for Mullins, get him in, but it'd be on a hell of a lot of money. So I don't think...
I still think we need another striker at the moment. I know a lot of people are saying it's, but... without Andy Cook...
Striker, don't we, Lee, though?
We need someone that can play with Cook when he comes back as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Oliver couldn't score in a pub. That's the PG version of that, but...
I know what you mean.
Things need to change. It's like, if we look at the bench, we obviously Cookie's out. We've got Mellon, Cav, and...
I think that's what Mellon's in for, because he's another for future, isn't he, to go and play possibly with Cook.
Yeah.
Don't know. Because Kavanagh can play there, but again, he's young, he's learning his trade. So, I don't know. Don't know what plans are for close season, and there must be some, because they do start early, don't they? So, but I just think a striker, and I still want a left back. I do.
You might get your wish, hopefully. Transfer deadline closes, I think, Monday at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
So hopefully there'll be a few bits and bobs happening on Monday.
We still need another left-sided defender. I don't think Tyreek Wright's the man for that. I think it stunts his game. He don't get forward nearly as enough because he's got to concentrate on his defensive attributes, and then that's why Richards is a better player, isn't it, at the moment, because he's a defender that can get forward. I didn't had to think about Richards. He is kind of going towards being like a Meredith type player, if you remember Meredith playing for us.
Yeah.
He is kind of that way. He can use the ball. I don't think he's got Meredith's pace. He'd be phenomenal if he did. But yeah. That's why I want another left back.
I feel sorry for Tariq Wright.
I feel sorry for him, but he
gets placed in like left back position, or is it left back in normal?
He's not a defender. I don't care what anybody says. He's not a defender. not by any stretch. I'm 65 and I think I could go around him. Do you know what I mean? He'd beat me for pace, but he won't beat me for skill.
What, you're younger than that, Lee? I thought you were like 22 or something.
No, I'll get my pension this year, mate.
Is your free TV licence yet?
Not yet, no. 75 is that, mate. Give me a chance.
So,
Yeah.
do you want to shout about or vent about anything, Lee? Can be absolutely about anything. Don't have to be about football. Can be absolutely about anything.
I just think all that angst when season started, that Alexander's this and Alexander's that and Alexander out and Alexander in and Alexander back out again, and it was like, it's coming together for him now, and long may that continue. He's used to club, he's used to fans now, and more to the point, he's getting used to the players still. He's just brought 4 players in, hasn't he, with Mellon and what do they call that? Midfield come defender? Mella? Remo or something? I can't remember his name. I'm interested to see him. He came on for a bit, didn't he? And he looked alright.
So Mellon's is the striker. Or Mellon's striker.
Mellon's a striker. Tommy Lee's midfielder that they paid for.
I think it's Lipsy. Is it Lipsy? Lipson? Him from Gillingham?
I can't remember where he's from. Yeah, he's a defender, isn't he?
Johnson?
No, defender come midfielder. Let me have a look. Yeah, I'm still here, I think.
No, not the player.
I thought I'd gone again then.
No, you've been well younging in there today. Right, let's see who you mean.
I'm just having a look now myself. I'll have a look on City website. I can't remember his
Throw
name.
some names at you. See what you think. So defender.
Yeah, he's in on loan, I think.
Richards.
No.
Shepherd. Ben.
No. No. Keeler. That's his name. He's in midfielders on website. Keeler.
Who?
Keeler.
Keeler.
Keeler,
Oh,
yeah.
Keller.
Yeah,
Oh, Brendan Keller.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, central midfielder. 20-year-old.
That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he looks a good prospect. I think he's on loan. But I can't remember where from. Is he on loan from Birmingham?
Yes.
He's from Birmingham.
Burnham, yeah.
Rings a bell.
Yeah, he's on loan from Burnham.
Yeah. He looks a good one. Confident. Got a goal in him and all, if you've watched his... Because I watch alt reels I can find on players that are linked with coming to Bradford, just to see, see what I think. And he looks a good one. But he's only young. And I think he's looking in right areas. I don't like buying older players that then get injured and let you down.
So, I don't know if it's classed as an event, but he just really wound me up today. And I know it's nothing to do with football. I've just thought I'll add stuff where it's nothing to do with football.
Yeah.
I saw like a dog getting walked today, and it had like a full-blown jumper on.
Oh, God, now dogs getting dressed. It just doesn't.
Yeah, dog were more dressed nice than me. I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
It's like, where's your Bradford
It's
dog? It's like
mad.
wearing bright green.
But a dog's already got its own natural coat. It's, what is going on? Unless you've got a bald dog.
No, it were a dog with hair. It just had like a full-blown jumper on.
Yeah, but there's no reason to put a jumper on a dog.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
That's
it's
question for
raining.
TikTok.
Well,
That's
yeah.
question for
Have you
everybody.
noticed
Do you
the
put jumpers on your
shade?
dogs?
Yeah, that would do my nutting. Okay, I couldn't do with that. And those where they got a little person on front and they're running about and it's like a little, yeah, it's funny. Once. I don't want to see it every 2 minutes. If you watch YouTube, there's millions of them. Look at my little dog.
So before we start winding down, Lee, is there anything else you want to chat about or chat about about
Bradford City, just stay behind them. Let's keep the faith. Let's get the singing corners going. Get them singing. Keep getting behind lads. Let them know you're there. And stop pulling them down. You know, when we've been winning, they've been getting behind the team. The team's been picking the confidence up there. So keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Just keep getting behind them. We all get pissed off, if you'll pardon the term. But we do. We all get frustrated. We all get fed up. We all want to win. Well, let's give the lads on the pitch the best way of winning. Get behind them.
Yeah, absolutely 100% agree with you there, Lee. So the game tomorrow, I think there's about 1,000 odd going down. Get behind the boys. Get behind the lads. Cheer them on. And let's destroy the good old-fashioned Wombles. And if you're going down there tomorrow, have a safe trip. I'm driving down, picking a couple of mates up. I will be at the game tomorrow. Before we get to what's on your plate, so we've already gone through so Will, why's your username changed? So my username has changed due to basically I'm trying to put everything together. So basically I think it's on Twitter, it's like podcast chicken because I couldn't have chicken podcasts and somewhere I edit. So everywhere else it's Chickens Podcast. On X it's Podcast Chickens. So I'm just trying to get the brand a bit better out. That's why the names have changed and stuff like that. I've got rid of the braceage. It's now trying to put a product together. So that's why my username changed.
One question on that, if I may.
You're really?
And I'm not picking, I just wondered why. Why have we gone from TalkSport to Sports Network? Is it bigger for us, better?
I think so. Basically,
because a lot of people won't know, and I'm just sort of being devil's advocate.
So with this, Lee, I was with TalkSport Radio for TalkSport Network, Fans Network for a while. A guy called James, he was sound as a pound, and basically the podcast started there, and they did fantastic for me, but I don't think they did well advertising my podcast.
Right.
Obviously I put it on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, the lot, but I won't get anything back from them. So I was just scrolling through Twitter the other day and end up bumping into the Sports Social Podcast Network, European's biggest dedicated sports podcast network with over 500 podcast partners and counting. Basically, I sent them a DM, slid into the DMs, got chatting, and then by Thursday afternoon, I joined with them.
Right.
So they've promised basically to get more eyeballs onto my product. They will be tweeting out, basically, I think, joining them soon. And I'll obviously retweet it and stuff like that. So if people do enjoy it, click it, even give me feedback. If you think I'm crap, put it in the feedback. If you enjoy it, if you enjoy listening to
we're nothing without feedback.
Voice.
We need feedback.
We need feedback. There's normally me, Lee, Callie, Georgia, Robert and Stan.
And Diane.
And Diane as well.
Yeah.
So if you do like it, you know what to do. If you hate it, tell me. I want to make this podcast by the fans, for the fans, and just get more eyeballs on this, get people listening. I know we get people all over the world watching and listening. I know there's a few people on TikTok listening. Watching.
Wouldn't it be fantastic if we could hear from some of these people all over the world? And they're actually joining. I know for some parts of the world, America and what have you, it might be night time for them or something. What is it, 4 time zones in America? But it'd be lovely to hear from some people in Europe, from wherever you are. You're important. So if you've got a voice and you've got something to say, a question to ask, come into the podcast and ask. Just talk. Say hello.
Yeah, like, look at I'm going to say one of the Bradford City best podcasts out there, the City Vent. He does a fantastic job. He does a space. He gets thousands of people watching and listening.
Yeah.
I know I won't get thousands of people listening and stuff like that, but I just want a bit of that pie.
Every journey starts with the first step.
Yeah. Also, do give the City event and also the lower league look a follow, and just basically get the word. Bradford get battered everywhere they go. That's from Crew Till I Die on TikTok. It's like last week on the podcast, we had 2 Morecambe fans joined. We had one who sent a voice note, and then we had another one who actually came on the podcast last week. So if you are from a different club, like AFC Wimbledon fans, I would have loved to see you here tonight, but you're probably busy doing whatever you're doing.
Crew, what were the result of our last meeting together? Just saying.
Yeah. So, Lee, what's on your plate, mate? What have you had for your tea or having for your tea?
Nothing yet, but I'm hoping it's going to be steak pie, mashed potatoes and beans. Good old Bradford staple.
I've had battered sausage, chips, curry sauce, and scraps from my
sacrilege.
Harden Fish and Chip Shop just up near St Ives. It was very nice.
Now, for any of our Scottish listeners, one of my favourite things I used to like on my plate, just while we're on the plate, was a thing called, and it was a wonderful thing called a mock chop, or a red pudding supper. Can't beat it. Just saying. If anybody knows where you can get them from still, let me know.
So we've had Dan on YouTube. Right looks the only weak link. Back up, left back, and holding midfield. I think he's trying to say there.
I agree. That's why I said I'd pull Richards in instead of Wright, because he's not a defender.
Yep. Right, Lee. So I'm going to just mute you now, lad. And I'm going to do my spiel.
Right.
So I'm going to say thank you for Lee for coming today. Hope you've enjoyed watching and listening. If you do like what you're listening, give us a follow on all podcast services. Just search for Chickens on the Loose or Bradford City Chickens on the Loose on all podcast services. Also, we've got a small Facebook page, Chickens on the Loose Facebook page. Also, Chickens on the Loose, Up the Chickens on Facebook as well, where we do Super 6 and Golden Goal every year. Super 6 is normally every year, and Golden Goal is normally every match day when I remember to do it. Thanks again, Lee, for coming. Also give us a follow on YouTube. Also, just follow us on YouTube, TikTok, other social sites. Just search Chickens on the Loose podcast or Chickens podcast or podcast Chickens, wherever you look on. So, wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Thank you for coming along. Up the Chickens, and also hope the chicken beats the Womble tomorrow. Good night. Glory days. So let's all rally round and really make a sound that echoes across the valley from our city's football ground.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.